They've been talking about it all over the internet. The seagulls, they're out of control.
Well, they went for your handbag.
They've been doing a bit of a mischief, but I like eating them. That's good.
Well, if you're into musicals like we are, maybe you get it.
This week, my whole website broke. Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? Rhys here from More Than Lifting. This is a More Than Lifting podcast with my... Oh, shit, I've done it wrong again. Yo, hola mi amigos. What's going on? Hola mi amigos. It's, this is a More Than Lifting podcast. I'm Rhys, and I'm with Christopher Thatcher, my co-host. Do you want to say, hello?
Hello. Hola.
Hello, hello, hello. Hola. Chris is off to sunny Spain for a month as of next week, isn't it?
Well, we're recording this on Thursday and I'm leaving on Saturday.
As of 2 days' time, Chris is going to be a refugee.
Yeah, I'm going to be a temporary immigrant.
He's going to be slumming it in the cities of Spain. So if you're Spanish, go look for a crazy shaven white guy doing crazy skills, and that'll be Chris probably.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Not so much about the crazy, but yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe I'm projecting that.
Thank you.
Guys, this is all about calisthenics, bodyweight training, gymnastics, strength, skills, all that fun stuff. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about getting prepared for my competition, which is like 7 months away, like the big national one. But it's that just means there's a lot of work to be done to get my routines in order.
Yeah, look, 7 months sounds like a long time, but I think we all know it really, really isn't.
Yeah, but you think about it, it's only really like 5 training cycles, with including space for deloads, which is really important for doing something that's going to be super stressful on my body like this. But you know, I'm in the zone with it, and although there's a lot of stuff still to get done, I'm feeling pretty positive. I'm confident about it, and I've just been going through this the code of what's it called? The code of all the tricks basically, and all the skills you can do in men's artistic gymnastics, which is technically what it's called, and because it is very artistic, it's very beautiful, yes. And code of points, that's what it's called. So I've been going through the code of points, kind of planning exercises to do for my routines, stuff that I think is either achievable within that time frame or would look really cool. And obviously the looking cool is actually the priority. I don't know why I said that second. But yeah, so that's kind of my main focus at the minute, kind of getting prepared, getting everything ready to get serious, double serious about my training. Triple serious? No, that's too crazy, man. That's too serious for me. Triple serious.
So do you have a good idea of what the routine is going to be in your head? Have you kind of visually got an idea of what you're going to be doing?
No, not exactly. I mean, I've got ideas, but nothing. I don't have this is what my floor routine is going to be. This is what my pommel routine is going to be. I haven't. When we last spoke on your podcast, I had just finished my competition last year, and I was planning exercises that I wanted to do based on what I'd seen other people doing that year, and like kind of, you know, it'd be nice to have this kind of thing, you know, I'd like to do this kind of thing, but I never developed like a solid routine, like I need to learn this, and this. We know that I wanted the planche on the rings, drop in and drop that through to a back lever, and we know that I want to do the crucifix, the iron cross, the hanging arm stretcher on the rings as well, but that's about it really. I haven't really been thinking about everything else. It's just been rings, that's what's important. And now I've got to remember.
How is the cross training going, as in the training for the cross? Yeah,
that's going all right. It's last time I was at gymnastics, I was a bit shaky on the rings just because I hadn't really been on them as much as I had wanted to. So I've been doing a lot of stability work. I've still been doing my extensions and my cross stuff on the flies and things like that, but so it's a lot of prep work that I've been putting in for it, and it's going well, but it's not, I haven't been 100% focused on it like I had been previously, like before Christmas, when I was like, it's only the cross, that's all that matters. So yeah, it's time to kind of, the good thing is, sorry, I know I'm bouncing all over the place. The good thing is that I've built that foundation of like strength in my joints. So I can, like, because I've done the movements a lot, I've held that stress around in each part, I've been able to kind of prepare my elbows and my shoulders for that kind of force and get them ready for hardcore training on it now. Because obviously it takes a lot longer than your muscles to develop. So it's been steady, and I know it was going to take a long time right from the get-go, but I haven't progressed much further than I was before. I can probably get to about 45 degrees, which is halfway, isn't it really? Yeah. So short answer, I'm halfway there.
No, fair enough, but it's still progress. You're halfway there.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah,
nowhere near.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's all.
And you only got 7 months.
And I have time. Yeah, so it's.
What do you think the expectation would be for you to actually hold that for it to be legible as a cross?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Okay. Is that standard with most holds?
Yeah, it's a standard thing throughout gymnastics. So.
Cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good, because that's like long enough to pin it, but it's not so long that you won't be able to get out again. And it will, you know what I mean? But having said that, you still need to kind of build your routines on with that time in mind. So the harder kind of strength skills would come before more like kind of acrobatic skills. Because obviously...
Which is in line with what we've talked about with energy systems and muscular fatigue before.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly the same, because we're still using our bodies. So luckily, we already know about all that stuff. But yeah, I mean...
We do.
Yeah, we do. Sorry, I just kind of tailed off then.
I didn't know if that was the opening for me to start talking about it again, but I think we've done that to death on...
Yeah, I don't think we need to go through all that stuff. Basically, you do the strength stuff first, and you do the easier stuff. Yeah, later on. Do it down the end. Do it at the bottom. And then you finish off with some extra flexibility and mobility. Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So yeah, that's been my main focus. I mean, with the rings, obviously, that's only one of the 6 disciplines. So although I've been quite focused before Christmas and into the new year on the rings specifically, I need to do a lot of floor work, I need to do a lot of pommel work, I need to get back on my circles on the pommel, because that's like a fundamental element of the pommel. If I can do that, then I can quickly learn, like, when they do the swingy walk-alongs and all the twisty jumpers, I can work on all them then. And
cool.
That's one thing about gymnastics that's quite relatable to other training forms. Like you learn one skill and it unlocks like 2 other or 3 other skills that you can do, and then they unlock the next level. And it's so it's quite the way that I'm building these progressions in is almost exactly how I do it with bodyweight training and calisthenics. So the system's quite simple, and it's something I'm used to working with, so it's quite nice.
Awesome. So in terms of building out that program for the next 7 months, I presume obviously there's a lot of reverse engineering that goes on, insofar as that, I want to be at this point, at this level, at this point with different things. So, I mean, are you going to plan out the entire 7 months, the entire program cycle, or are you just going to work the next 2 months and aim for a particular goal on everything at that point and then move forward based upon where you've reached, or are you going to meticulously plan out the entire 7 months?
Well, we all know long-term plans have a good likelihood of ending up in the bin. So I'm not doing a full 7-month program just because life happens, shit gets in the way, and you lose sight of it. So what I'm doing is I'll have a plan for each of my cycles. And what I'll do is work my progressions towards my main goals a month before the competition, which gives me a chance, like a good 8 sessions then to work on all my routines, getting them perfect. So by the end of June, I want to have whatever skills I've got, they're the ones I can use in my routines.
Right,
so although I'll have like my progressions built in, I'll have these kind of targets that I want to get to, I'm building in previous skills to unlock the next skills so that I can, just thrown everything on the floor, so that I can, if I don't quite get to biryani, for example, I can just use the front somersault. So I'll still have that flexibility within it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm going with it.
Awesome. So yeah, so still keeping things short term in terms of the cycling, but obviously with a long term view on everything.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do for each of my routines, I'll have my big skill move, my big strength moves that I want, my big skill moves that I want, and the strength I can kind of work at my own time, or most of the time anyway, and then I can work on my floor and stuff one day at gymnastics, and I can do my more my other disciplines like the pommel and the rings and the P-bars on another day, because I have 2 sessions a week. So it gives me time to use the coaches for the floor stuff, because that's what I struggle with the most, like doing the handsprings and the flicks and the twists and the double jumps, double jumps. But doink doink, super high. But yeah, so I can do that with a coach, so I have the guidance, because that's something you can't really train by yourself. But stuff like basic pommel stuff and ring stuff, and that I can do with minimal guidance, which is really good. It means I can, use people when they're there, and I can get on with it myself, and with my own stuff when they're not, or when I don't have them available.
Cool.
And that's my basic plan, really.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. It's
so
quite. Go on.
No, you go.
It's quite a good plan. That was it.
So the big question is, are you going to smash it at the competition? Is this going to be a gold level performance?
Yeah, it is. Definitely
Excellent.
is. I'm going for the category above what I competed in last year, and although I got a bronze in that category last year, the skills and my the level that I was working at was higher than everybody else. They just made it pointier. So this year I'm removing that barrier by going in the category above, which means I have to step it up a bit, but everyone else in my category is also going to be doing this, working at the same level as me, rather than me doing more difficult stuff than everybody else. Do you know what I mean?
Sure.
To try and give
so
myself...
the standard.
Yeah, exactly.
So the standard just increases.
Yeah. So it means it's more likely that my competition will mess it up as well, which is good times.
Or smash it.
Yeah, but I'm going to smash it. We can't have everyone smashing it.
No. But no, it should make for a good competition. And where is it hosted?
Lillshall, or up in by Birmingham. Lillshall, that's it. I don't know how you pronounce it. I've only ever seen it written down. Everyone says it differently. Do you know what I mean? But for those who don't know, that's basically like the national sports place. It's a big academy, kind of leisure centre where they do all the gymnastics. They do lots of like football and other sporting stuff there, archery and all kinds of stuff. But it's the big national place for it. So it's there's a lot of kind of prestige in even being there in terms of your sport, which is cool.
Awesome. And do you compete on just one day or over a couple of days?
It's one day.
Just one day.
1 day, 6 disciplines, smash it.
I might have to come up and bring my pom-poms.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd actually be good. Cool. We could record record a podcast episode, ringside, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or Matt side, rather.
Be shouting up at the thing at the in the box like for you. Oi, Chris, tell him I'm all right.
Yeah. Just be like, go on, Rhys, go for it. Oh, that looked painful. Oh, no.
Don't say that. You jinx it.
Excuse me.
Oh, Chris.
No, it'll be fine.
Chris is really sexy today, guys. He's been ill.
I don't know if that equates as being sexy. I think it's more sickly, but yeah, that will explain my slightly more deeper tones today. If anyone's picked up on that.
Hi, and welcome to Jazz Club.
Welcome to the More Than Lifting Show. I'm your host, James Earl Jones.
You sound a little bit like a frog.
I think I've got one in my throat at the moment, so yeah, it's quite possible.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
yeah. So what have you been up to, mate? What have you been doing with your training?
Well, most recently I've been coughing, sneezing, and blowing my nose a lot. But
Good reps.
other than that, yeah, for reps, yeah, some high volume snot going on. No, what I have been doing is I think no different to what I alluded to last time, which was just more sort of strength-based work, so dropping the reps down. But that's been this cycle really that's kind of come and gone.
Yeah.
In no time, the next big goal is to continue the work I've been doing with the lower body stuff, so the more dynamic Olympic lifts, just getting my deadlift, squats and snatches and cleans back up to a pretty solid level, but then focusing the upper body work onto more bodyweight drills, so either loaded or repped stuff, so very fundamental stuff like handstands, dips, pulls. If I can master a muscle up or two, then I'll do those too, but trying to do a good combination of the real basics, but loading them one day a week and then doing them for reps another day of the week. So just trying to be as diverse as I can in the approach, so covering as many movements as I can within a session, but then obviously varying the loading session to session as well, just to create a different stimulus while also enhancing the coordination and the strength in those particular positions.
Yeah. Sounds very sciencey.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness, and so I'm thinking I'll get two good leg / power based days in, 2 good upper body weight / body weight loaded days in, and then I just like to get my stamina back up. You know, it's not something I've paid much attention to. I haven't done a lot of HIIT work or Metcon work or any sort of really endurance level work probably for about 3 or 4 months.
Okay.
And I do a little bit every now and then. At the end of a session, I'll jump on the rower and just do some intervals, jump on a kettlebell, just do that in combination with maybe some burpees or even just press ups, just something to keep the heart rate up while shunting blood flow from upper to lower body.
Yeah.
So what we call, I think we've talked about it before, but cardiac shunting. So just to elicit a bigger respiratory and cardiovascular response. But they've been more, they've been more afterthoughts. So it gets to the end of the session, I've got 5 minutes, I fancy doing something just to get a sweat on, rather than it actually being, okay, this is a session where I focus on this stuff. And also something we touched on, I think it was either last week or the week before, when we were talking about working on smaller muscle groups. So doing some more isolation based work, so single joint stuff. So, basic things like flies and rear delt flies. So working around the shoulders, anteriorly and posteriorly. So doing some pectoral and anterior delt based work, and also then some upper back rhomboid traps, subscap work, rear delts as well. And then biceps, triceps, really real fundamental stuff, but just trying to bolster the compound work by doing some extra loading on these smaller muscles to make sure that they don't give out too soon. So yeah, and I might just throw some abs in for fun. The goal is, when I'm away, is to train pretty much every day, because I've got the luxury of being 5 minutes walk from the gym, and we're smack bang in the middle of Madrid. There's a couple of good, from what I hear, calisthenics or outdoor gym based areas as well, which will be fun to utilize. So I'm gonna just hopefully take complete advantage of the next 4 weeks and go and basically get my physical condition back up to a level, because even though I have been varying it recently, it's been more maintenance work, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, I've been just trying to keep a level rather than trying to push it up to the next notch. And look, you know, summer's coming, so we've got to look good on the beach, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely. Brighton Beach, we're on about, guys. So come and meet us down there in June.
I was actually in Brighton last weekend. It was really nice.
Yeah,
Lovely.
you're so surprised. Brighton's nice. It's a nice town.
No, in terms of the weather, I love Brighton. I mean, I keep veering back and forth about the idea of moving down there, just because it's very much the sort of vibe that myself and my girlfriend like. Because, you know, it's got tons of cool coffee shops, great places to eat. It's got that real kind of boho chic type vibe to it, but everything else you could ever want in a city, I suppose.
Yeah,
well.
small city.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it's by the seaside, so you come away feeling pretty refreshed because of all that sea air. But we were there
Or
on
cold.
2 very nice days, or cold, yeah. But we were there when it was beautiful sunshine last weekend. So yeah, it kind of once again brought up those feelings of I could do this perfectly.
Yeah, enamoured by a town.
Yeah, well,
Walking around it, getting wooed by the buildings. Chris,
yeah.
come with us.
Well, I think there's always been a bit of a draw to Brighton because I used to go there a lot when I was a kid. We had family living down there, so we used to visit all the time. And then growing up, it was somewhere me and my friends always would go to, you know, just for a lad's day out or something. And then, yeah, I've probably spent more time in Brighton than any other town in the UK, other than the places I've grown up, to be honest. So
Yeah, fair enough.
Clearly an affinity with it. I don't know what that will come to in the future, but who knows? And it'd mean I'd move closer to you, wouldn't I? Actually, so
Closer. Yeah, it would. Yeah, which would be handy. I'm always thinking about moving down to Brighton at some point, but just when or if it'll actually happen. But because I always think the city going back to London as well is a better idea for me, but I don't really know. I'm kind of stuck in the middle, both physically, geographically, and emotionally as well at the minute. I'm a bit torn. But I do tell you a funny story, right? Last time I was in Brighton, well, not the last time, but, you know, one of the more recent times, got these big pack of the old donuts down at the pier.
I can't stand them.
Really,
They make
the
me feel
idea
sick.
of them more than actually eating them is.
It's the smell. It's just too sweet.
It's like
I don't know
it's
what
the
it is. I
smell.
can't get my
Like
head
they
around it.
smell like it's like greasy dough, innit? Where if you go when you're actually outside the front of the pier and the stands there, and I don't know, I'm not really a fan of that. But I like eating them. That's good. But so I got this pack of 12. Right, me and this girl walk in. I'm gonna head down to my mate's because he lives just a bit further down the coast. So we had a nice little wander with a big pack of 12 donuts. Anyway, we look up and we realise that there's about the same amount of seagulls, like less than 3 feet above our heads, swooping around us, like flapping around. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So I'm like wrapping these things up, trying to keep them in, and there's like one at a time, they're like swooping in, trying to grab hold of something out of my hand. It was literally assault. Literal assault.
Yeah,
and like seagulls,
that's not
mate,
a fight you're going to win.
no, not with a seagull. They're huge compared to me
Yeah.
anyway. They're like bloody dinosaurs all creeping around in their vicious gangs. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
were clicking their hands and walking down the road at us at one point. You know what I mean?
Oh dear, yeah, I get the reference. I wonder how many other people do.
I don't know. It's pretty bad. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
But if you're
that's...
into musicals like we are, maybe you get it.
Oh, love me a good musical, mate. I couldn't really tell you any. Actually, you know what? Joseph and his amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Right, this is
That is a musical, yes.
This is a little confession, right? So when I was young, I think my mum must have got it on DVD, and I used to watch it like all the time. I used to stick it on when I was playing and stuff or whatever, just to keep us quiet. But I actually really liked it, and every now and then, I'll be something will happen, or there'll be something, and it'll click my mind back to a bit of one of those musicals that have like the tune stuck in my head for ages, literally from the musical. You know, like when the king comes in, he does his little Elvis kind of, the king of Egypt.
Yeah.
What are they called? The pharaohs. Yeah. So shit. Now that's going to be in my head all day.
Well, it sounds like a nice memory anyway.
Yeah, it's not a bad memory.
No, exactly.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, I think
Sorry,
that's
I
about...
lost my train of thought there.
No, it's all right. I think we're about at the end, aren't we? It's about time to get rapping. We did about 5 intro takes, so hopefully we'll get the outro in one go.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Right, quick one for rock, paper, scissors then, shall we? After 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, paper.
Paper. Oh.
But we doubled up on paper.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've done that.
Right, ready?
As in, we doubled up on rock last week, I think.
Yeah, no, it was the week before. Last week, you just bailed on me and I had to do it all myself.
Oh, okay, right. Fair enough.
Right, ready?
Sounds nice of me.
Let's try again. After 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, scissors.
Tissue.
Tissue?
Right, okay, there you go. Tissue, because I'm holding a tissue.
Oh, what a flake.
I just didn't want to do the outro.
Don't want to, yeah. That was the only time you'd have been talking, mate. Right, so here we go then. Guys, that's the end of this episode. If you like what you've heard, hit subscribe, give us a little rating and review, and send it to your friends. Share us with people you know and love, preferably who are into this kind of thing, because, you know, your mum probably doesn't want to listen to us chatting about the seagulls in Brighton. But, check us out on the socials at Coach Thatcher, isn't it? Or the website Christopher Thatcher for my co-host Mr. Christopher Thatcher. If you are in Espanol, maybe it would be nice to go up to Madrid or down to Madrid or over to Madrid at some point in the next month and hunt him down, because he'll be about there doing some pull-ups or something. Or just wandering around. He's like,
looking lost.
Yeah. And and I'm not. I'm in Britain, so if you're around here, just give us a shout and we'll have a chat or whatever. That's about it, I think, isn't it, mate? That was a super speedy one. Oh yeah, show notes, guys. If you want to find out more, I'm catching up with my show notes. Like I said last week, I've been really bad with them. Actually, this week my whole website broke. Me and Chris had a bit of a conversation before we started recording about it, but for the last 3 days, a couple of my pages haven't been looking too good. They've been doing a bit of a mischief. But we're all back and running now, so show notes will be out. So go to morethanlifting.com/episode 18, this one, isn't it? What? Episode 18 for the show notes for this episode, and I'll update them with a couple of images for skills that I want to be learning for my routines, to give you an idea of the kind of stuff I'm going for. That's about it, mate, I think, isn't it? If you're a girl, add me on Snapchat at Rhys T. Morgan, and add Chris as well. Is it at Coach Thatch?
On Snapchat?
Yeah.
I'm Coach Thatch 81.
Coach Thatch 81. That 81 is not his year of birth. It's in relation to size.
Sure.
Sure. All right. Anything else to add, mate?
No, I think you've said it all.
I think I've said enough.
And then some.
Yeah. All right, guys. It's been lovely having you here, listening to us talk about our things. And we'll catch up with you next week when we talk about other things also relating to our stuff.
Oh, I love it. You know, that's probably the best description of a podcast ever heard. We'll talk about things related to stuff.
Conversations about calisthenics.
Yep, there you go. And other forms of corrective, functional, and intelligent training.
Yeah, just other fun stuff.
Yeah, and Brighton.
And Brighton, yeah. Go to Brighton, guys. If you're in the UK for a holiday, go down to Brighton. It's a really nice town. There's loads of graffiti everywhere. Nice graffiti, not Rhys was here. And the people are generally quite fun as well. It's a good little city.
Just mind the seagulls.
Just mind out for the seagulls, or dinosaurs, as we call them, just because they're so damn aggressive.
Only if you have donuts.
Yeah, or any food. They'll go for your drinks, handbags. Like, they don't care. They think there's food in there all the time, so they'll go for it.
What, they went for your handbag?
Yeah. The bright pink one. There should be a mass seagull culling going on soon because of what we're talking about here. They'll be like, they've been talking about it all over the internet. The seagulls, they're out of control. We're like, just our podcast.
I think think we've done more for seagulls in the last 5 minutes than any other podcast has in the history of podcasts.
Yeah. So 1 up. Right, anyway. Guys, that's it. It's home time. We'll catch you next week. Have a good one. And thanks for listening. Love, 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 love. Keep in touch with yourselves.
See you soon.
Alright, bye, mate.
Bye-bye.